What is up, everybody? Oh my goodness, it is finally, yes, finally time for TTromPlaysGames to sit down and record the 200 subscriber special. Oh my goodness, yes. Welcome to Mega Man Maker. Yep, this is what I promised for 200 sub special. We're doing a two-parter, and it's going to be all about Mega Man Maker. Oh yes. So, first of all, why I'm even doing this video in the first place, I just need to get this off right away. Thanks so very much, everybody, for 200 subscribers. I cannot believe that the numbers are as high as they are. Me just doing my thing and bringing y'all content that I enjoy recording and making. Just so awesome. Thanks, everybody, for helping me get the word out. All of the quote retweets, all the positive words on Twitter and everything, and across all my YouTube comments, and just thanks so much for getting the word out, spreading the positivity, and helping me build the TTrom brand, really. Like, it's been so cool. 200 plus subs is insane to me in the best possible way. Thanks so much. Alright, so back to business. I put out a poll, or rather a challenge on Twitter that said I was going to make Mega Man Maker the subject of the 200 sub special if I hit 200 subs by the end of September, and I did, with flying colors, I might add. Like it was no trouble at all. I couldn't believe how much y'all rushed to support me to get Mega Man Maker in as the 200 sub special that quickly. And this is only part one, because yes, I plan on doing 2 parts for this special. So here for part 1, we are going to make a level from scratch, yes. So before I go any further, I plan on doing a full run of the level that I come up with by the end of this video, so I will, once I know when it actually starts in the video proper, I will put a timestamp in the description down below, so that you guys can just know. If all you want is to see the final level, then you can just go ahead and skip ahead to that point in the video. But if you want to stick around or leave me up in the background as I literally just make a level from scratch, kind of like a Mario Maker stream. I know this is a recording, so it's not a stream, but I decided I was gonna just let the recording just go. Like, in the beginning I was thinking of like segmenting it up, but then editing it all together would be a nightmare, so I'm literally just going to let the camera roll, and whatever happens, happens. So if you guys don't want to stick around for the entirety of the video, please, believe me, I understand. If y'all have other stuff that you gotta do, then just see the final level at the end of the video and call it good, if that's what you want to do. Don't sweat hanging out with me for however long this goes, if you got other stuff to do. But if you want to hang out / talk Mega Man Maker or whatever else and learn about the game, I plan on doing a tutorial here kind of at the beginning, kind of showing you the ropes about how to edit stuff and what have you. And if you want to just hang out for the whole video, that's cool too. All the same, whatever you want to do, know that I appreciate you, and know that I appreciate not only all my subs, but all my supporters on Twitter and everything as well. Okay, speaking of Twitter, I also put out a poll over there asking what kind of level are we going to make, what theme, what backdrop, and what won was a nighttime cityscape, which I am extremely excited about, because that means I get to use Nitro Man assets, including the Nitro Man music from Mega Man 10, which I freaking love. So yeah, we're gonna party it up right with some Nitro Man assets and all that good stuff today. So that'll be fun. Okay, so without further ado, I guess I'm going to start this up proper. So when you boot up Mega Man Maker, by the way, I think it's megamanmaker.net or something like that. Find them on Twitter, and they should give you a link right to their website if you are interested at all in trying this fan game. It's 100% free, and I totally recommend it, especially if you are an NES-style Mega Man fan. Okay, so let's go over to Build, and let's fire up the new level, and it'll take us right to the editor. And here we are, our blank template, ready to go. So for moving the screen around, you might even hear the keys already. I got really clicky keyboard keys here. You scroll around using the keyboard keys, up, down, left, right arrow, and all these little squares are screens, basically. And so you can use the map down here to sort of pick, this is the entire area, amount of screens your level can be. So you click down here, map, and then you can, oh, I don't know, I want to start like up in this square right here, and then you can literally, it'll snap you to that square. So let's place our boy Mega Man somewhere in here. Oh, he's floating! But anyway, there we go. Mega Man is officially in the level, ready to go. We just got to give him something to stand on, obviously, or else, you know, something like this might happen. Yeah, we don't want that. So press Escape to get back to the editor, and let's fix up this broken level, shall we? So this very first one I clicked on up here is the Tiles tab. It's not actually, you know what? To make it more easy to follow, let's just go from left to right, shall we? So over here is Weapons. You start off with the Mega Buster by default, but even if you don't want the Mega Buster, you can literally click on that and click Nothing. You get nothing, you lose. Good day, sir. By the way, this game is riddled with hilarious like captions and other ways that they word things and stuff. Love this game. Love the Mega Man Maker devs. Shoutouts to the team. You made a great game here. Anyway, so you get to choose weapons from Mega Man 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, even some extra ones here. I don't, and even like what are these called? Like, they're not called weapons per se, but they're, you know, the Rush Jet, the Rush Jet, Rush Coil, you know, the platform items from I think the first Mega Man, and the power adapter, the super adapter from Mega Man 6. So you get a bunch of things you can choose from. A loadout I particularly enjoy using for whatever reason. I love sticking with Mega Buster, obviously, but I also like I like the overpowered. Who doesn't love the overpowered Metal Blade from Mega Man 2? Gotta add that. I like Mega Man 8's Fire Sword. That's fun. And I think I want to try something maybe with like Charge Kick and also the power adapter or whatever adapter lets you like hover and stuff. I kind of want to like mess with that as well. So let's try finding those. Where's the Charge Kick? So I have literally, there it is. Charge Kick is from 5. So, and then one of the adapters is the jet adapter. There we go. Cool. So I'll just stick with those for now. But yeah, based on how you build your level, if you can choose whatever loadout you want, and then I have my Xbox controller hooked up, so I can use the stick to also move the screens around. But when I'm playing the game, I can use left and right trigger to just switch between items and weapons on the fly, which is pretty cool. Alright, next to the weapons button we have the music button, and this is really freaking cool because out of like Mega Man's 1 through 11 and even some Wily Wars stuff, we have and I don't even know what this is, but we have this extra track here too. But you can pick whatever background music you want from the entirety of these like classic Mega Man series. It's just so cool. I'm so freaking pumped that I'm doing this. You know, I could get lost in Mega Man music for like forever, so y'all better be careful around me. I could just start singing instead of like continuing the tutorial at this point. Anyway, we will select our music soon. Alright, so next is backgrounds. Again, like before, you from Mega Man 1 through 11, yes, they took games like 8 and 7 and 11 that weren't on NES and made the backgrounds look like they were on NES, which is a really cool step, right? They did that for the music and everything too. A lot of these, there's a few of these games that were never actually released on NES, but the devs took the backgrounds and the music, turned them into chiptunes, and made it all coalesce into a sort of NES-style experience. So, we're going to be doing Nitro Man, because that's the most nighttime cityscape. So, let's go here. So, a highway at night, lined with stars. Boom. Nighttime cityscape. Am I right? Yeah. I'm totally happy about that. Alright, so yeah, lots of backgrounds for you to choose from up here when you click this button. Okay, next button is Tiles. This is like the main platforms that you walk on. So pick a appropriate, I'm going to stick with the Nitro tile. because I think it fits, and, you know, maneuver with the keyboard if you want or whatever, and then just start placing it right underneath Mega Man, and there you go. Now we have something to walk on, so we won't fall when we start the level. Excellent. Perfect. Alright, so next to tiles is this Mega Man icon. This is where you can actually choose between Mega Man, Proto Man, Bass, and Roll. I'm going to stick with Mega Man for the sake of this video, but it is really cool that you have other options. Proto Man can slide and charge, can do Proto Strike, double damage. He can shoot. Bass can shoot in 7 different directions and has a double jump that you can toggle on and off. Roll has her charge broom attack. She can also avoid damage with a sort of a dodge roll mechanic. Really cool. Based on what type of game or level you want to play, it's really cool to have all these characters at your disposal. All right, next we got another big one. What is a Mega Man game without enemies? So again, pick your favorite from a smorgasbord of Mega Man past, and even more recent, like with Mega Man 11. I don't believe every single enemy asset is used from every single, you know, game, but there's a lot of them in here, and really comprehensive, lots of choices for you, and will really come in handy in giving, you know, Mega Man something to, you know, jump and or shoot at. Alright, this tab over here is the Objects tab. So, Interactable Objects, this is a music changer where you cross that threshold, you can change the music in the given level. There's magnets, there's the, oh my goodness, the oh-so-classic Yoku Blocks, am I right? Disappearing, reappearing Yoku Blocks. How'd you like my Yoku Block impression? Anyway, you know, you got switches and spikes and falling platforms and all that good stuff. You got rain, even. This is what I was going to use if Stormy Jungle won in the poll, but alas, Cityscape won, so we will be skipping that for now. Soccer ball jets, sheep blocks, just so many kooky, crazy things you can add to your level. I'm sure we'll be experimenting with it. I mostly, like, ordinarily, I like to try to theme my levels, but this is just gonna be a hodgepodge of ridiculousness, just because I want to show y'all like craziness that can happen in this game. And there's a chance we'll see craziness in part 2, where I play other people's levels, but yeah. Anyway. Here is a, by the way, I had a checkpoint activated right there. So what happens is if you stand next to that, it will spring a checkpoint flag, and then you can spawn from there if you die later on the level, which is neat. Alright, so here is some pickups. The health pickups, the weapon energy, E-tanks, M-tanks, 1-ups, you know, things like that. So you want to drop those periodically if you want to actually give your player a little bit of mercy. And then last but not least, over here on the far right, we have the bosses. So not every single boss, I believe, is implemented, but there are definitely several for you to choose from. And their menus even come with the boss doors that you could be like, uh-oh, here comes the showdown. So we'll definitely be putting a boss at the end of our level today. I'm not entirely sure who we will use yet, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, won't we? Alright. There's some extra stuff down here that lets you, like, customize your experience with moving around the UI and stuff, but I'm not going to mess with that too terribly much. And then there's a bunch of menu options over here. You have your shortcut menu, you can change the color of the UI itself, you can even change the music that plays in the background. Hopefully this isn't too bad for you, but this is the one I usually listen to, is this one that's playing already. Return to the menu, load, save, and all that good stuff. Alrighty. So, without further ado. Hey Cutman, how's it going? Cutman floating around for no reason. Let us begin. So, again, I'll give you a fair warning now. I am just going to let the camera roll. I'm just going to play and play test and build and stuff and just talk out the wazoo for however long it takes to make this level. If you are not interested in that, if you're not interested even like letting the video play in the background like a stream or whatever, that is totally okay. I, again, will put a timestamp in the description down below this video, letting y'all know when I actually play through the final finished level, if that's all you're really interested in. So, because believe me, I get it. if you're not interested in using this as a stream per se, or treating it like a stream, then by all means, skip to the level when it's done, and all that good stuff. Alright, so let's just roll and have some fun, shall we? Feel free to hit me up on any of the comments I just randomly blab about in this video, because it's about to get blabby, I feel like. Alrighty then. So first and foremost, I want to switch it to the Nitro Man stage. I'm gonna make my little cursor dance. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I love this song, dude. It's probably one of my favorite songs in Mega Man 10, if not my favorite song in Mega Man 10, So yeah, good news. When we start the level now, Mega Man doesn't immediately fall to his death. And we got our Mega Buster. We also can switch, like I said, with I got the Xbox controller hooked up, so I just press left and right trigger, and I can jump through all of my my weapons and abilities and stuff. By the way, I am not, I repeat, not trying to make a level that is completely uncheesable or unbreakable or anything like that. I just want to throw a hodgepodge of stuff out there just to kind of make it a crazy level that's just like a huge celebration, like, hey, woohoo, 200 subscribers. Which, by the way, thank y'all again. Alright, so we'll press escape. So that's how you basically jump in and out, by the way, of testing and building, is you press play to jump into the level. Wherever you place Mega Man is where he will spawn in the level. And then when you're like, oh, you're running around, and you're like, oh, that doesn't feel quite right, I want to fix that, just press escape, and you're right back to the editor. And you can fix whatever it is and go for it. And so, let's actually talk about placing things in the level while I don't know, build the rest of this. Actually, I kind of want, let's have Mega Man, so let's have him scoot back a ways, like so. There we go. And let's like make this a little bit of a drop off. Maybe like a little bit of stairs action. Here we go, a little bit of stairs, yeah. And then, so what I like to do is I like to hold down, when I want like a long stretch of land, I'll just kind of do this, and I'll keep the left mouse button held down to place it, and I'll just scroll with the arrow keys. Makes it real quick. Alright, so I realize I kind of have more things to teach y'all about how to interact as I'm building. So like this little icon right here in between the screens, you know how in Mega Man games there's either a long screen or a screen that is only one screen wide? Boy, that was a confusing sentence. I hope you're with me. This makes it so that there's hard borders in between the screens. So let me show you the difference. Let's keep it closed for now, and I'll walk to the right. This will imply that the screen continues, right? One continuous motion. Whereas if I click it to make it a solid line in between, it'll do that classic Mega Man transition loading sort of wipe when I press the border, like that. So that's basically the difference between that. So you can try to, like, use that to your advantage to kind of make the level a little bit more interesting to navigate, that sort of thing. I think I'm going to have it be like that in the beginning, and then I'm going to build a nice long stretch here for a bit that will be connected. Is how I think I'm going to start this level off. A couple screens worth, whatever, so just do this right. And then when you want to keep adding the same background, all you gotta do is, you know, reapply the background every time you enter a new screen. Like that, and so so that background will continue to follow you. Metal blades all over the place. Are you one of those people that agrees that the metal blade from Mega Man 2 is overpowered? Because I know I do. I think I basically just rendered Charge Kick completely pointless because I now have because I also am using Jet. So, I mean, it is what it is. I've never used the Charge Kick in any of my level designs, so I kind of wanted to just mess with it and see what I could do. But, yeah, some power-ups will kind of negate the need for other power-ups, but, you know, you do you. Like I said, I'm not trying to make a completely uncheesable, unbreakable level here. I'm just trying to throw a hodgepodge of Mega Man Maker glory at you and just sort of show you the extent to which you can just kind of go wild with this game. If you are a fan of classic Mega Man, this is where it's at, and I highly implore you to take a look at this game for yourself. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I stress this enough, but it's free. It's literally free, and you cannot possibly go wrong. It constantly gets updates and stuff. It's remarkable. It's fantastic, and it's right up there with like Mega Man Maker, excuse me, Mario Maker, in my opinion, in terms of just how robust and well made it is. We're gonna put some of these classic helmet guys to start us off. So here comes our first set of goodness. We got our strut down the main street begins now. Helmet guys coming at us. I was a little afraid that was going to be too high of a jump, but we've got jet adapter. That's why you have different power-ups. Oh. Okay, cool. Wow, we've actually made a little bit of a Mega Man level. Can you believe it? Alrighty, what else can I mess with? The fun has just begun. Actually, now that I think about it, where are the ladders? I completely forgot to show you. There's a huge screen just on ladders. Where are they? I forgot already. Of course I did. Oh, they're not in pickups. Why would they be in pickups, TTrom? Come on. Okay, yeah, there we go. So they're in the tiles. There's a whole screen on ladder tiles. Just so many to choose from. Then there's also a whole bunch of different types of spikes. You want to spice up how you insta-kill Mega Man your level? Well, then there's a ginormous amount of spikes here for you to choose. Different types of water. Can't go wrong with a different type of H2O to spice up your aesthetic. And then there's even little special decorative, I believe these are just meant to be like decorative tiles and stuff, so. Yep, those are there too. I think I'll even like use, this is one of my favorite ladders to use just because it sticks out against most backgrounds in the game, I found out, rather. So you might even be wondering, how do I have so much experience with this game to begin with? Well, truth be told, my channel, I'm 200 subs in, and some of y'all might not even know this. I have a playlist tucked in the far reaches of this channel where I did start making my own Mega Man Maker game, quote-unquote. I called it Mega Man Country, because I was trying to make the levels kind of sound like they were from a Donkey Kong Country game. I know, I'm such a nerd. But, let's do some tellies. You know how these guys work, right? They just sort of hover towards you all menacing-like? Yeah. Let's have them come at you on the screen. And then, well, first I gotta move this guy out the way so I can, here we go. Oh, by the way, that's another quick way to, like, get to an enemy or an asset or an object that you've been using recently. Just click on any of these tabs up here, and there's a recents section right here. There's also a favorites section if you really, really are a fan of using a particular tile or it matches your current level. Go ahead and slap it in this menu here, and it will always stay here on this menu, so you don't have to go rummaging for it again, because there's a crap ton of assets in this game, and you might get lost. So if you want to make it easier on yourself, you can go ahead and slap it in the favorites area, or just go to the recents area, like I said. So that's up to you, how you want to manage that. But yeah, in the far corners of my YouTube channel here, there is in fact a set of Mega Man Maker, like, level showcases. They don't even have any commentary. I didn't really plan on doing any commentary with them. It was just meant to kind of show off what I was making, and that was back when I had, like, I don't know, 5 subscribers. So I mainly was just, at the end of the day, it was mostly for just, it was mainly for just having a place to keep those videos without, like, bogging down my hard drive and stuff. That was back before people were actually watching me on YouTube. But now people are watching me, and I'm so freaking thankful. By the way, pew 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 pew, blast the eyeball bots. I don't know. Anyway. You know, I think I'm gonna actually... I might make this so that you don't have to immediately switch to the jet by making these a little bit more accessible here in the beginning. So, little steppy steps. There we go. Little steppy steps. So you're gonna have to move, like, up here, buddy. There we go. Again, this isn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, and, like, probably half the things, 3/4, even 90% of the stuff that I do in this level is probably going to be rendered moot by power-ups that I have anyway. The jet adapter, the whatevers. So I don't plan on making this, like I said, a flawless design. I'm not... Because like, when I actually design a level where I want it to be a distinct theme, I genuinely kind of need to sit down and concentrate harder than a video where I'm doing commentary. But that's okay. Oh, by the way, deleting and stuff too. I'm skipping over that. So, like, yeah, left click puts stuff down. But if you decide, like, no, that looks weird, just go over what you did while holding down the right mouse button. And then there you go. That is your eraser, which is really cool. Eraser, undo, whatever you want to call it. Alright, let's do, I don't know, another ladder, and let's do, oh, you know who's a classic enemy? That, one of those Joes. Yeah, Hammer Joe. This guy. Gotta love him. From Mega Man 3. Let's slap him on the platform here. He's gonna be like, actually, let's put him right in the middle. Right in the middle of this area. It's like, hey, hey. So he'll be able to try to snipe you as you're dropping down here, and when you're trying to go back up the ladder here. So a couple of double whammy. And, of course, more tellies. Because what is an annoying Mega Man level without more floating enemies that come careening towards you at a snail's pace, but they are still annoying, just annoying enough where you have to pay attention to them. And we'll do some stairs, more stairs, more stairs, back down to the main street again. Alright. Sounds good. I'm curious, in Nitro Man's stage in actual Mega Man 10, there was these cars, these giant trucks that would drive by every now and then. That was sort of the main gimmick, but I don't think they're in this version of the game that I have, so I might have to nix that idea for now. That would have been funny. Let's do an enemy that, for our return back to the main street, this is going to be another long stretch here. So, like, oops, we're not going to make a ground full of tellies now, are we? That would just be lethal. Let's make another long stretch here, and let's make it so that there's enemies raining down havoc from above. That's fun, right? That's always fun. And maybe we'll make this the first section where you can actually fall down, so we'll delete some of the ground as we go. So, oh, you know what? Before I get any more detailed, let me go ahead and teach y'all how to, if you get this game and you want to make sure you're keeping track of how much progress you make and you don't want to lose your progress, go ahead, go down to the menu here, click Save Your Level. After, actually, if you click Save Your Level now, it's going to yell at you like you didn't enter a level name. So, first, go to the menu and go to Level Settings, and then this is where you can enter your level name. I'm not really a fan of charge shots, so I usually turn those off, but you can literally turn off charge shots, double damage, dodge roll, proto strike, a whole bunch of different abilities, but more importantly, you can actually name your level in which you can actually save it. So let's just go, yeah, 200 sub special. Cool. And then that's good, so you press X to knock out of that, and then you click Save Your Level, and boom, good to go. So now every time you do something, you're like, wow, that was a lot of work. I don't want to lose that progress. Just click, save, boom, and you're good to go. It even makes a little nice sound effect confirming that you saved correctly and all that good stuff. All right, so who can poop down havoc from above on us? Let's take a look. There's definitely one that shoots fire. I know that. Oh, bomb hovers up and down until you break its cover, flies you with full force. No, that's not what I'm thinking of. Oh, this one can hoo-hoo flies around dropping destructible rocks in front of you. Yeah, let's do this one. Hoo-hoo drops rocks, so they're going to be up near the top of the screen, and so just kind of place them every so often, like so. Cool. That'll be like, oh man. And then, one of my favorite enemies, I actually already used them. It's this guys right here, these walking eyeballs. I love these guys because they're basically like Goombas to me. They kind of walk towards you perpetually. Don't really care what's in front of them, so they make for good Goomba fodder-esque enemies for me. I like to sprinkle these guys about. And let's actually make it a little bit more dangerous. Uh-oh, some gaps. Here comes some gaps. Me no likey gaps. Keeps you on your toes. Couple gaps. Alright. Let's see where we're at now. You can even deactivate sliding if you want, but I love sliding in Mega Man. I don't know why on earth you would want to deactivate sliding, but then again, there's probably people in the community going like, why would you want to deactivate freaking charge shots? And it's like, well, hey, you know what? To each their own, right? Alright. Come get me, Hammer Joe. Oh, you just missed me. You gotta be quicker than that. Alright, so now we go back down to Main Street. Oh no, they're dropping rocks on us. Our hoo-hoos worked. There's no real reason why they wouldn't, but... Oh, I actually got hit. Oh, I actually like that last one is, like, positioned in such a way where if you're kind of rushing, you could be jumping right when they... Oh! Exactly. Thank you for helping me illustrate it in real time. Hoo-hoo. I believe that's what your name is, yeah. You could jump, so you gotta, like, wait a second and not jump right away, otherwise you'll get knocked into the pit. I actually kind of like that. It's a little troll right at the end of that section, and I'm kind of okay with trolls sometimes. That's a pretty funny troll. I want to scoot them a little higher towards the top of the screen, though, so all I'm going to do, I'm just going to bump them up a tile or so. Boy, they're snapping all over the place. Yeah, what's up with that? Anyway, alright, that's better. Cool. I want a little bit more of these guys, too, for a little extra pew-pew-pew action. I do like when Mega Man gets to go pew-pew-pew. Okay. Alright, that should be enough for I think that's enough for a first checkpoint. So let's break it off there. And let's do a sewer section coming up here. So we'll do a sewer section with... Ooh, I got an idea for the sewer section too. It's gonna be weird, but we're gonna play with fire. We're gonna play with fire in this sewer section coming up, and you'll know exactly what I mean in a little while. I definitely want to show this off because I don't think this is in Classic Mega Man. I think it's in Mega Man 11, and because Mega Man 11 assets are included in Mega Man Maker, you get to mess with it, and I think it's pretty fun. So that will also show you kind of like a transition where you use different backgrounds and stuff. We'll make a sewer section coming up because, of course, I gotta use the cliche of a sewer section. And, you know how sometimes randomly pickups are placed off on platforms and stuff? Let's go ahead and make a random area up here where you can grab a 1-up, because why not? Alright, so let's go over here. Here's the checkpoint in the objects, the general section of the objects category. And you just place it right down here, and then when you touch it, it'll spring up a flag, and that is where you'll spawn if you fail further on in the level. Which is pretty darn nifty IMO. Alright. Not only that, but I'm going to say we'll spawn Mega Man here for now, so that we don't have to keep redoing all that stuff when we do more playtesting. So since I put him here, then boop, he throws up here. Here's the checkpoint. And then we can jet adapter right up to our 1-up. Woohoo! So I want to do a sewer section that I drop down into here, right? But you gotta make sure you actually build the stuff down below, otherwise this is just a normal death pit. That's how Mega Man Maker works. Make sure your stuff is built below you, where you want to have Mega Man continue to explore the level before you delve in. Otherwise, it's just going to be a normal a normal hitbox for a death plane, basically. So, I actually have this kicking around from one of the last times I was doing a sewer-based level in Mega Man Country, like that I told you about. So let's actually transition to have it be that. This super gross sewer-looking wall. I'm just going to have it do that thing where you drop down a couple of screens. You know what I'm talking about. Mega Man games do this all the time. Where you kind of, like, maneuver down a couple of screens before you actually continue the main part of the level. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I guess I'm just not explaining it correctly, but classic Mega Man had a lot of these sort of breather sections where Mega Man was just kind of falling perpetually for a brief stint of time, to kind of let you catch your breath from all the jumpy, shooty action. So let's do one more line all the way down here, and then we'll build a wall here. And I actually thought, how about we put the checkpoint at the very end of this area right here, so that it doesn't become tedious to constantly fall every single time you have to, like, reset if you have to for, you know, any sort of reason. All right, so this will be our actual continue in the main platform area. So now we need a sewer-esque background to welcome people into the dankness that is the sewers. So let's go and mess around with a few of these assets, see what we can find. That one's pretty okay. You might be able to do even better, though. Waterfalls. Ooh, yeah, okay. Kind of like where that's going. There's kind of like sewage-looking waterfalls. I think this might be just what we're looking for. Let's take a look at how that looks. Yeah, I think this is exactly what we're looking for. Yeah, careful, it doesn't... It literally looks like we are in a very dirty sewer, which is exactly what I was going for. Because we're in a city, and city sewer systems are gross. So that's exactly the kind of aesthetic I was going for. Alright, so let's go ahead and move, like I said, let's move this, let's just, like, so I'm holding down left mouse and dragging the checkpoint I already had, and just putting it down here instead. There we go. Lovely. That way, if there's a bunch of stuff in the sewer that messes with the player later on, they don't have to, like, fall all the way down every single time. You know, that sort of thing. And for good measure, let's throw in a trolley guy right here. Okay. Alrighty. So let's continue our sewer section after we do a quick save. Okay, cool. So, playing with fire. What did I mean by that? Well, allow me to show you something that's pretty darn cool, in my opinion, that you don't get in normal classic Mega Man. You only get this in Mega Man Maker because you're allowed to use Mega Man 11 events and assets and stuff. We're gonna have a giant, for whatever reason, I don't know why this would happen in the sewers, but we're gonna have a giant firewall chase us because reasons. I think that sounds like a hectic fun time. We're also going to make this really tricky, where if you mess up your jumps, you might not be able to climb back up in time. You do have the jet, but you got to make sure you do it fast. Yeah, this is going to be a hoot and a half. All right, let's slap down some more backgrounds. There we go. And then, oh no, we're going to have to slide because it's so short right here. So a reason to use the slide ability. And you're going to have to jump. And then use the slide ability again, like right away. Oh my goodness. Talk about intense. The flames are going to be right behind us. And then you're going to have to slide again right here. Uh-oh. Down to the wire. And then we're just going to do stairs to safety. And that'll be the end of this fire chase section. And so to make the fire chase you, all you gotta do is find that particular asset in the Mega Man 11 area of the menu, which I'll show you right now, once I'm done, you know, prettying up the environment and what have you. So we go over to the... I actually think it's an object. Is it an object? Mega Man 11 object. Yes, it is. Here it is, the firewall. Deadly flames that slowly chase you. Freeze it to catch a break if needed. So I'm not going to offer the player a chance to freeze it. And ooh, this is a firewall modifier. Can modify the speed and direction of any firewall getting in this position. That is cool. I don't actually think this was added in the... I don't know if this was part of the build previously, but if it was, I probably just didn't know exactly how to use it. Anyway, so what's going to happen? We're going to slide down, we're going to fall all the way down here, boop, and then we're going to cross this threshold, and this is already pointing to the right, so that's good for us. So, but if you wanted to have the fire, say, for example, chase you upwards, you just click here, and then boom, upwards, left, down. And this is where it will spawn. And then the box to the right of the arrow is how fast the wall will chase you. So there's slow, medium, fast, and extremely fast. Let's try the second fastest for now and see how we feel about that. Let's move Mega Man down here, so we don't have to do all of that again. And let's see if this is intense enough, or we need some enemies to kind of slow us down while the firewall's chasing us. So, as you see right here, there's like a little bit of an indication that something is about to happen. As you can see, there's these, I don't know, sparks, you might call them, coming up from below. And then you move just far enough to the right, and then, oh no, here it comes! Here comes the firewall. Dun, 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 dun. So you're jumping, and you're like, oh my goodness, here comes the flames. We might need to make it a little faster. Anyway, slide, 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 and then safety. Yeah, we're definitely going to make the... First of all, we're going to have to make this firewall much faster. IMO. Let's make it that fast. And then let's see if we can add enemies on top of it. Okay, that's a little faster. Oh no! I like this a little more. Yeah, that's way better. That's way better. Oh no, watch out, Mega Man. I gotta press escape to get you out of there. Alright. Save real quick. And now, we're definitely gonna add some troll enemies that try to get in your way. I mean, what kind of Mega Man game doesn't try to do something like that? Ooh, I like these guys. These, like, shoot pellets off to the left and right of them. They kind of jump up and do that. So like, I'm gonna have them, like, literally just kind of parked above a little bit. So let's just like have them just like right here and right here and right. Let's line it up. So like right here and then background. Whoops, and then right here at the end. Let's try to line them up like right there. Is that too trolly? Let's find out. Alright, here we go. Whoa. They definitely feel trolly, but they're pretty avoidable all the same, which is good. You don't want them to be like completely make the area impossible to navigate. But I do think there should be one extra like at the end, so this guy is going to be blocking the exit. Alright, moving on to the next section. We gotta go. You know your boy TTrom's gotta go with a classic, with an absolute classic of Mega Man, classic Mega Man annoying goodness. We've got to do a room with Yoku Blocks. We have to. This will be the way to get back towards the surface, back up to the city, so... If you want to get back up into the nighttime cityscape, you gotta get past the Yoku Blocks section. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yoku Blocks are those blocks. You know what I'm talking about. the disappearing, reappearing glory that is Yoku Blocks. So how they work is, where do we go? No, they're objects. They're objects again. Right? Yeah. General objects, Yoku Block. So they reappear and disappear on set cycles. So when you place a Yoku Block down, it automatically is a 1, but you can scroll 1 through 5. And those are the cycles that they appear on. And then the cycle repeats over and over again. So let's just throw a couple of 2s down here that make absolutely no sense. Here comes the 3s. So 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Here comes 4s. 2, 3, 4. Oops, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And then here comes the 5s. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2, 3, 4, 5. And that will allow you to reach the ladder leading the heck out of here. And if you fail on the Yoku Blocks, you got to deal with, oh, I don't know, who's going to be down here trolling the whole time. Let's do another Hammer Joe. Yep. He's like, haha. If you fall, you get to be hammered. Be hammered. Not that kind of hammered, you know what I mean. Oh, goodness. Alright. Let's do our whole sewer section now. I don't have time to make the Yoku Block area harder than I already did, but, like, trust me. Some of those Mega Man classic levels where the Yoku Blocks were a part of it, you know how annoying those could get. I could make those a little bit more, you know, I can make this a little bit more intense, but nah, not now. And there you go. If you don't mess up on the blocks, then you don't even have to deal with Joe down here in the lower corner, just being a bro. But in case you fall, there should be a way to escape. So, how about we build a sort of like a ladder-based thing right in here that lets you get back up to the top if you screw up. There. You don't want to soft lock the player, so I don't want to be that mean. So you just go ahead and we can build that so that if you do fall, in case you get hammered too much, you can escape the pit and try again. Alright. I know it's probably not going to line up with the city from the left-hand side of the level in the most geometrically appropriate way, but I'm just going to make this one screen of crawling up the ladder, and then we're going to go right back into the city. Because... oh, you know what? Let's make it 2, because I have an idea now. Let's make it 2 real quick. So there's this one, and then the wall's going to come back a bit, because we're going to have, oh, you know what? 3. Nope, I'm feeling gutsy. We're going to go 3, because we're going to have the Joes have revenge. The Joes are going to get revenge now. This one guy down here is like, what? Really? You're just going to put me down here for that they fall? Well, what if they don't fall? So we're going to have a Joe party up here. They're going to get revenge. So we're going to place a few Joes kind of like over here. We're going to build up the walls. As you funnel out of the sewers, they're trying to take pot shots at you, basically. So there's one. We're going to build another platform. Here's another one for another guy coming up here, like so. Yep, and there's going to be another one here. Like that. And then one more right at the end. It's going to try to get you right up here at the top. Can he fit? Yes, he can. Alright, cool. So yeah, they're going to be like taking pot shots at you as you climb the ladder. So go up here. Climb, climb, climb. And then you're going to pop up back out into the city. Description for this that took to create it: 50% more. Let's try it. Look, what are the different nitro ones? So it's like kind of looks like the inside of a building. I want to just pop right back out into the city. I love my city aesthetic. Cool. And then we'll just use that city tile we were using earlier to welcome people right back into the swing of things. And then, as a reward for getting past the sewer section, not only are you going to get a checkpoint to the right, let's say. Objects, my bad. Objects, there we go. Checkpoint to the right. We'll make some stairs up to another 1-up on the left. Hooray! Nice job beating the sewer section, the game says. Have a Mega Man head. Alright, cool. We are cranking this out, aren't we? Let's spawn Mega Man partway through the fire room so we can cheat the system. And let's try our sewer escape section now. You can even, like, fight Joe. Bring the fight down to his level. Alright, so you think everything's hunky-dory, just going up here, then, oh no, here comes the Joes! Don't climb right away. Oh no. No, I want this to be one climb, so I'm gonna make those a connected set of screens. So I actually forgot to do that. I wanted to make it one connected screen, so we got this, and oh, that should be it. Okay, so just that one right there. So we'll continue, once the Joes show up, it's going to be a continuous climb until you get back into the city. That's what I want to do. Alright, cool. We are, like, literally at almost an hour of this video, so I think I'm going to wind it down with one more section here, just to kind of wrap it up. If you have stuck with me blabbing about my ideas, well, then I do appreciate you, and honest to goodness, I'm just glad I get to do this. I'm finally able to sit down, record, and have a blast showing y'all a fan game that I think is an absolute treat. Please, if you are a fan of this series, give Mega Man Maker devs some support. Honest to goodness, they deserve it. There's a lot of effort that gets put into this fan game, and it's all for free. So the least we could do is give them some more publicity, give them some shout-outs, all that good stuff. What do we want to do to, like, round out the level? What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Let's poke around the assets and see what we can find. Let's go. Oh, I got it. Let's have a sprint. Let's have a nice sprint on a bunch of falling platforms with some more troll enemies. I got just the trolls. Let's do the penguins that slide around from Mega Man 7. Where are they? Or I think they're from Mega Man 7 anyway. No, they're from 8. There they are. There's my Pen EVs. I guess that's what they're called. We'll have those kind of slide at you. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do another long stretch here where you're just kind of getting pooped on again by different enemies from above. Let's try a different one this time. Let's try here. This one shoots fire. I want to do another section here where you're just kind of getting pooped on with other troll enemies below for good measure. And then the screen's going to break, and then we're going to do a sprint to the finish with falling platforms and penguins. Doesn't that sound amazing? Alright, who's going to be our troll enemies on the ground? Let's go with big money, no whammies. Let's go with... There's just so many to choose from, you can get easily overwhelmed. I don't know, let's go with frogs. I literally have, these are from like the Toadman stage, I think, or something. Like, yeah, let's do frogs. I don't know. I like frogs. They shouldn't be here, but let's just do frogs. Who cares? Alright, and then the screen will break, and then we'll do a sprint to the finish. So here comes the screen break, like so. Click, okay, and then careful, don't fall, because there's going to be a big old chasm here. It's going to be several screens of sprint. And in order to get the platforms to fall, you gotta choose the falling platforms. And those are an object, not a tile. You go back to the Objects tab. I think they're in 5? Yes, they are. Falling platform. Falls shortly after you stand on it. So you go like this, and then let's just start placing these suckers in lines. Just doo-doo-doo-doo. And then you gotta jump again. So that one may be a little, those couple be a little shorter, a little bit there, and then this one's gonna be a really long one. And then, this one has a wall right here. Dun dun dun. What are you supposed to do? Well, you want to actually, that means you want to actually drop all the way down here. Yeah, in fact, let's make it the very last one. And then, oops, we're gonna need more room. I don't think the sprint's gonna be quite over yet. So sprint, keep sprinting, jump, and jump again. Keep sprinting. More backgrounds, please. Thanks very much, Mega Man Maker. And there we go. One more jump should do it. And now let's do a Stairs of Victory. Stairs of Victory! Yes. And here's the wall, indicating that there is no more of this level. You did it. So, how to properly end the level is... Oh, actually, no. We said there was going to be a boss, didn't we? No, we have to have a boss. I'm jumping the gun here. This is going to be the boss door, then. This is going to be where the boss door is. So, let's go ahead and delete this. No, not the background. What am I doing? No, what am I doing? There. Let's make this be the boss door. So the boss door is actually here, as I showed you in the actual boss menu. So you do this. Oh, it's a little too tall for where that is right there. There we go. And slide this in right here. So you want it to be like, it doesn't have to be, but to make it most accurate to the game, you want it to be like half in one screen and half in the other. So after that, this is where we'll actually do, we're going into a building. How's that sound? So we'll do a different background for the final, for like the finale here. Ooh, kind of like a warehouse. That's interesting. This one. And then how about what's this one? Ooh, okay, I kind of like that one. So we're going into a building and we're building ourselves up. We'll do a checkpoint right before the actual arena, like they do in the actual main games. There we go. And so we will do another boss door, like so. And then here's the arena. I'm gonna make it fairly simple. Uh-oh. The game is skipping. I think I'm starting to make too big of a level. There is no such thing as too big of a level, I don't think. But the game does kind of, when you do have a lot of assets at play, there might be a tad bit of slowdown, so just be prepared for that. Okay. I've had very few amounts of debilitating slowdown, so in general, it's actually not bad at all. But just bear that in mind in case you're making a very detailed, a very detailed level. Okay, who's gonna be our boss? Let's make it. You know what's funny? We had Cutman there at the very beginning. Let's just make it Cutman. I kind of feel like just making it Cutman at this point. Sure, why not? My boy Cutman. So when you place down a boss robot, you actually get this little gear icon, and you can choose what they are weak to. And not only that, you get to choose like different things down here, like what happens upon the death of the boss, and also you get to choose what boss battle music plays. I again am a pretty big fan of the boss battle from Mega Man 10. In fact, I'm gonna do a little breakdown for you right here. I don't know, I like that a lot. But this is the classic one from Mega Man 2. Literally pick whichever one you want. And that's the boss battle music that's gonna play. Yeah, let's make them primary weakness to good old Metal Blade. We'll finish the level with a good old Metal Blade pounding of Cutman. How does that sound? Alright, so let's actually use the map thing to snap back to the beginning over here of the not sewer section. Place Mega Man back over here. And save what we have so far. We are going to now need to definitely place down those penguins that I was talking about. Because we need those guys to troll us every now and then on the sprint to the finish. So we'll start placing them all over the place. And there we go, stairs to victory. Well, not quite, because we, obviously have a boss battle, so we'll do, let's do a freaking enemy we have not done yet. What about some of those giant ones? A lanternfish, a hot dog, sure, yeah, this guy is going to be blocking the boss door. One of the giant robots. Alright, let's try out what's going on here. Oops, what's going on with my screen here? I want to edit that. You don't want that. That just looks weird when you don't edit the screens properly. What's going on with that? Do I need to make it... I wonder why it was doing that then. Do I have to, like... Do I have to make it, like... That's weird. How about I approach it from the bottom again? Because it wasn't doing that when I was approaching it from the bottom. Was it? I don't know, Mega. Let's move you back down to the Yoku block room. We'll try to approach it from there, see if I'm doing that wrong. Oops, I actually couldn't use the other Ryokus, so all of them do have a purpose in a way. Alright, let's go dodge all of these guys. Whoa, don't get hammered. Don't drink, kids. Don't get hammered. Am I even allowed to make that kind of joke? Oh well, whatever. I marked the upload as not for kids. Lol. So like as long as one tadpole is on the screen, do no more tadpoles spawn? That's hilarious. What a mess. This frog and fire combo is an absolute debacle, but you know what? I don't care. It's staying. Alright, so here comes the sprint. And you gotta push the penguins off. Get them out of your way. Push them out of your way. Push them real good. Perfect jump and shoot action. Nice. And then here comes the hot dog. We're positioned in such a way where if we just stand here, his fire arcs underneath us. Alright, obviously I'm gonna need to fix the screen transition on that as well. But, yeah, that should bring us right to the boss. So, I think we'll just call that complete for the most part here. Let me fix that transition near the end. Snap back to it on the map here. Yep, break that apart like so. Okay, I realized I did nothing with the charge kick. I was literally saying, I want to do something with the charge kick, and then literally did nothing with the charge kick. So, you know what? We are going to do something with the charge kick. We're going to make one of my boy's weaknesses the charge kick. There's my thing. There's my thing that I'm doing with the charge kick in this level. Oh, brother. I got all scatterbrained. My apologies. Anyway, I'm going to just say this is it. Let's play our level, right? Let's officially play our 200 sub special level. Let's do it. Okie dokie. In fact, should I play it right now, or should I actually show you like in the menu? Here, tell you what. Let's actually access it from the play menu. So I already saved, but you know, I'm gonna do the just in case save. All right, then we're gonna go to return to menu. So it's going to load up the title screen. Press start, click, do whatever you do. And so we're going to go to play. We're going to go to my levels. Oh, there's a whole bunch of levels here. Yeah, these are a lot of my levels from Mega Man Country that I mentioned earlier in the video. Here we are, 200 sub special. There it is. Created by me, TTromActual. So yeah, it gives you a brief sort of like ability loadout information, all that good stuff. So you just press play, it'll load it up. And then you get this cool little extra intro, similar to classic Mega Man games. Aw, yeah, the level's done. It's not a good level, but the level is done. And I can't wait to show it off. 200 sub special, thanks. This is for everybody who has helped me get this far. Y'all are amazing. Thanks to everybody for shouting me out on Twitter, supporting me on Twitter, kind words everywhere, comments on YouTube. Twitter, just all over the place. The TTrom brand is growing exponentially, and I'm so happy about it. Yo, I'm doing the charge kick. Yeah. I was going to try to charge kick off the ladder, but that seems a little more difficult than it's worth. Let's switch to the sword. Boom! 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 So yeah, and again, if you guys are interested in this game, it is 150% free and definitely worth your time. Pop on over to the Mega Man Maker Twitter account, and there should be a link there that'll bring you right to where you download this game, and I promise you it'll be worth your time if you're even remotely interested in NES Classic Mega Man. Did I seriously? This screen was supposed to be Cityscape before you enter the sewer, and I forgot to change it, but whatever. The sewer was supposed to start here, but I'm a dork. Anyway, I'm keeping this in. Let you know that, you know, I'm human, I make mistakes, even when I think my level is complete, when it's definitely not. Uh-oh, here comes the flames! Dun dun dun. Uh-oh. We're so close! Get away, get away! We'll charge kick instead of normal slide, but we'll make it a sexy charge kick. Get out of here, eyeball! Yoku Blocks. Who doesn't love Yoku Blocks, am I right? Alrighty. Cycling through our weapons again, and then, uh-oh, the Revenge of the Joes! Pew pew pew! You guys can take pot shots at me, well I can take pot shots at you right back. Pew! Here, look, there's a 1-up! The 1-ups actually also refill your health in this game, too. I don't know if they did that in regular Classic Mega Man, but they definitely do here. Which is really useful if you're actually doing, like, Wily Challenge Mode and other stuff like that. If you're interested in Wily Challenge Mode or other levels in general made by not me, definitely stick around for part 2 of this 200 sub special, where I do, yeah, Wily Challenge, and I'll probably do some example levels as well that the devs actually made for this game. Am I going to get through my own level deathless? Let's find out. This is the home stretch. This is the home stretch. We in there. And I have actually no practice against the boss. We made it cut, man. So let's see if it's going to be a tough battle or not. All right. Let's charge kick him, because one of his weaknesses I made is the charge kick. So let's go. Charge kick and burst into his lair. That's right. Cutman is the boss! So just like slide back and forth. He's literally gonna beat me before I have the chance to charge kick him all the way, isn't he? Yeah, whatever, I'm switching to Metal Blade. And he killed me anyway. Alright, you asked for it, bub. You made me look like an idiot on my own levels playthrough, well, you're gonna get Metal Blade and you're gonna like it. I'm just gonna spam and make you look like an absolute idiot. There you go, that's for making me look like an idiot. Now you look like an idiot. Ha 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 ha. Oh my goodness, that is it. We made a level from scratch in Mega Man Maker for the 200 sub special. Oh my goodness. The deed is done. Thanks so much for everybody. This has been over an hour, so literally I'm going to be completely and utterly surprised if y'all actually sat through this whole thing. Because, you know, there was no need for you to do that, but like if you did, honestly, shout-outs to you. Big ol' hearts out to you. But if you wanted to just watch the level when it was done, I completely understand that as well. This was a lot of fun. Thanks everybody for tuning in and giving me your time on this video and every video that I have uploaded. 200 subscribers worth of viewers, of eyes now are on my content here on YouTube, and I am just completely and utterly honored beyond words. So, until part 2, because this is part 1, there's going to be a part 2 where I do a little bit more Mega Man Maker. But until then, thanks so much, everybody, for tuning into part 1. Even if you just watched the level itself, I appreciate all of you. And the subs are forever appreciated. Just my goodness. Thanks so much, everybody. Hope to see you in the future for even more TTromPlaysGames content. If you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is down there in the lower left of the screen. It's at @TTrom_actual. If you like what you saw here, if you like goofy Let's Plays, if you like retro game showcases on a show I call Pickup Playtest, feel free to join all these people that have subbed to the channel. I would completely and utterly appreciate it, but even if you're just here viewing, appreciate you all the same. Until the next upload here on the TTromPlaysGames YouTube channel, I've been your host, TTrom. Take care of yourselves, thanks for watching, stay safe, and have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day.